Alright, I want to go over exfoliation, the second step in the skincare regimen. Now, this step is not done every time you wash your face. This is a step you want to do 2 to 3 times a week. And you can exfoliate with a scrub, or you can exfoliate with a mask once a week. You don't really need to do a mask more than once a week to exfoliate. Now, for oily skin, I use an oil. What I use? I use a clay-based oil-free mask once a week, and that really digs in and pulls everything out. I don't like the peel-off masks. I just don't like those. I like the masks you can wash off. But you want to use a scrub or a mask. Now, scrubs are made from crushed up nuts, crushed up peach cores, and things like that, just to give it that granular texture. And that's what you want, is that little granular texture. But make sure that your granules are not too harsh, because it can actually damage your skin. And what we want to do is just slack off the first layer of skin, the stratum corneum. We don't want to dig into the epidermis and start causing problems there, because your skin will inflame, it will become red, and you'll get problems and breakouts. So when you exfoliate, be very careful that you're gently rubbing in circular motions all over your face, and you're not really digging in there. We're not trying to go for the gusto here. We're just trying to do that deep cleansing. And exfoliating is a deep cleanser. It will usually get whatever's missed in the first stage of just regular cleansing. So make sure that you're not pressing too hard when you're cleaning. And watch the abrasiveness of your scrubs. You don't really want a harsh texture. You don't want something like pieces of glass on your face, because you can imagine what that would do. I suggest St. Ives Apricot Face Scrub. That's what I use most of the time. I use another one from Avon, but I can't think of what the name is right now. But it's an oil-free clay. I'm sorry, that's the mask I use. I do use apricot scrub when I'm scrubbing, but when I'm doing the mask, and I don't do it once a week, I'm just suggesting that we should do it once a week. I use the Avon Pore Perfection oil-free face mask, and it washes off, so that's what I like. So be gentle. We just want to get that top layer off. We want to get the dead skin off. We want the fresh skin to come forth. Your skin is constantly moving. It's constantly fleshing out new skin. Now, everything you see on your face is dead. All the skin is dead, which is amazing. The only newness of the skin is in the lower parts of the epidermis that you can't see. And that's the part that's coming out, and that's the living part. Same with your nails. Your nails that you see, the portion is dead. The living part of the nail is behind the cuticle. And same with the hair. The hair is dead. It's dead keratin. It's just waste. But we invest so much in these dead things. It might say something about us. But we're all fast approaching death. We're all going to die. And we just want to keep hold to life as long as we can. So take care of your skin, and keep it lively and keep it fresh. One thing I want to say to you men out there with regard to shaving and hairs, make sure that you exfoliate well under your neck and behind your neck. I'm sorry, not under your neck, under your chin and behind your neck. These are where ingrown hairs seem to cause, especially African American men, problems because of the coarseness of the hair. If you exfoliate the hair, it causes it to stick out and come out of the pore instead of folding back into the skin, and that's what causes razor bumps and other bumps. And you don't want bumps, so make sure that when you exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week, you're also getting these areas very carefully. You're doing it gently, but you're causing that hair to pop out because it wants to curl back in to the skin and create problems. And you definitely don't want razor bumps in your neck. And we'll talk about shaving in another video, but you want to be careful how you shave, and shave with the grain. Some people can get away with shaving against the grain, but most African Americans need to shave with the grain of the hair so that when you cut it, it's going to continue to grow out the way you cut it. So, very important point. You don't want bumps, and you definitely don't want like keloids and stuff like that. That's really going to cause some big problems for you if you begin to get that. So, take your skincare seriously. Not too serious, because it's just skin after all, and it is dead, and there's more important things such as your heart and your spirit and your soul that you want to continue to edify. And but it's important. It's the first impression, your skin, that people see, and the second impression is the way you speak. So work on those things that are more important, such as your speech and your posture and how you carry yourself, your confidence and all that. The skin is important too. It's the first impression, it's the first gauge that will determine, unfortunately in our society, your value in society. If you have tore up skin and problems, you're considered unhealthy, and that's not lively, that's not energetic, and it's kind of a downer. So come forth as your best self, and part of that is skincare, and there's a lot of different other things that you need to be concerned about as well, but make sure that you do that. Now I want to talk briefly about masks. I use a mask once a week, and guys, don't let anyone know that you use a mask. My wife's aunt came into the house one evening, and I had my mask on. I was sitting there with my feet propped up and my house shoes on and my robe, and she was startled, and understandably so, because I'm a manly man, and she would never think that I would use a mask. So when you use your mask, use it incognito. Don't let your boys know at work that you're using a mask, but you need to use a mask because it will help flush out, it'll help draw out those impurities in your skin that are kind of hiding in there, and you don't want those to clog your pores, cause bumps and blackheads and all that. So do it. Now